This is our destination today. It's the beginning of 5 pools. It's a beautiful hike. If you bring some technical equipment and a swimsuit, you can float yourself through the 5 consecutive pools that are right here in this section of the canyon. But there's also a tremendous amount of beauty upstream as well as you hike down the canyon. Enjoy yourself as you explore and discover these gems in the Pinal Mountains.
At Hidden Gems of Nature, I don't tell you what the destination is. Instead, I give you clues so you can explore and discover these hidden gems or your own hidden gems. So watch carefully as we identify clues to find these destinations. And remember, subscribe to Hidden Gems of Nature YouTube channel.
Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're on Highway 60, heading east out of Superior. And we'll be to our trailhead turn in just a minute.
We're turning off Highway 60 and heading south onto this paved road. We then turn left off of this paved road onto this Forest Service road and head down by this tank so you'll know exactly where you're at. From here on out, it's 4-wheel drive. After you pass the water tank, you end up going on some 4-wheel drive road. In fact, there's 4 sections of the next couple of miles that are really rough. You'll want 4-wheel drive with significant clearance.
Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're at the pullout on the side of the road. I'll have Noah pan up so you can see the road we came down. This is definitely a 4-wheel drive road. You'll want something that can get in and out of here. My truck's a little heavy, so I think I'll stop before I get to the bottom. Don't want to make that last run. We're in 2 or 3 miles from the pavement, and then we're going to head down to our destination. We're going to take off and head down the road for a bit until we hit the creek bed down below us. I'll pan over, you can kind of see the creek bed down below. When we hit the creek bed, we'll follow the creek out to the main canyon and then hike down the main canyon a couple miles to our destination. This isn't really an intersection per se because there's no trail to the right, but we either follow the creek bottom down or we follow the old road. So I think we're going to head down the creek. The road looks like it goes up and over and stops at a cliff. I think we'll take the creek bed and see what that leads to. My son asked me how many times I'd been on it when we were driving in. I said none. We'll figure this thing out as we go. We got our maps, plenty of water, did lots of homework. We should be just fine. It's kind of a stair-step creek bed as we're heading down. You can see Noah continuing to go down the stair steps. As we're approaching the main canyon, you can see that the canyon walls are getting steeper as our elevation drop increases. Noah continues to head down the middle of the canyon until we get to the main canyon. If I pan around, you can see what we've come down. It started out somewhat flat. The descent has increased more dramatically. So we've come to our first scramble. You can see down below us, we're probably, 30, maybe 40 feet up off of that pool down below us. That's the cliff we just came down, or the waterfall, I guess. We just came down that waterfall, and now if you look down, we're here down in the bottom of the canyon. If you look up both sides of the canyon, you have some incredible rock formations and spires silhouetted against the clouds. Really kind of pretty down here in the bottom of this canyon. We're not even in the main canyon yet. I'll pan across to the other side and go up this side. This side has some even better pinnacles on it. Kind of cool looking. Hiking among all these pinnacles. It's really pretty down here. And back to the waterfall. come to the mouth of the canyon, so we'll be joining the main canyon right now. Noah's just heading into it. We've just come down this last section of the canyon again. A lot of scrambling right down the cascades and different falls along the way. Fortunately, they're dry with a few pools of water. If it was flowing, I think we'd have been stopped quite a ways back. Noah's dropping down past our last waterfall, and underneath you can see how much more dense the foliage is. Down here in the bottom of the canyon, you can see the last dry waterfalls we come through and the pool of water down below us. And Noah's now down in the bottom as we head into the main canyon. This is for all you old folks.
What?
You are able to do this hike.
Pardon?
When I walked up to the water hole, I was surprised to see a fish in the pool because it's stagnant. But you can see this small fish as it was swimming across the pool. As we left this last dry waterfall, we turned around to find some landmarks so that we could find the entrance back into this side canyon when we were returning. And we saw this great rock configuration up on the ridge. So that's what we'll use for our landmark.
We joined the main canyon. You can see how dense the woodlands are. We've got oaks down here, sycamores, some willows that we just passed. This is the creek in the main canyon. We just came out of the side canyon, so there's a nice trickle through here. Again, the bottom of this canyon is really dense with woodlands, really pretty. And if you take a look up on the walls that flank the canyon and the cliffs that flank the canyon, you can see a number of different rock formations, pinnacles, spires. I came across this spot in the creek. I don't know if it's from upstream or from a side canyon, but there's actually a water bubbling up. Kind of looks like a spring. It's really cool looking. There's some relatively dense sections along the creek because there is so much water down here and the canyon walls are so steep. The alders are turning yellow. So are some of the sycamores and the cottonwoods. It's really a pretty little forest down here in the bottom of this canyon.
Lots of cascades all along this canyon. The side canyons that come into it are beautiful as well.
This is a different angle of the waterfall I was just standing next to. This will give you a little bit better view. There's a couple of other cascades, and I'll show those right behind this one. Enjoy them.
Pretty rugged. You're up and down boulders, rock hopping the entire way, in and out of some dense shrubbery. Try to stay out as much as I can. Now I'm going to pan around just a little bit so you can see. This is just a representation of what we've been going up and down most of the canyon today. Pretty pools of water, pretty little cascades, waterfalls, etc. And then right here behind me you can see some of these boulders that we've had to climb up and over and across. If you're Noah, you just kind of hop from one to the next. Me, I climb.
Noah's standing in front of us. I think he's looking down at some fish. It's kind of a large pool here, so we'll take a quick picture of the fish and let you take a look at them. I don't know what kind they are, but some of you fish experts might know.
Here's another one of those cascades along the river. Little waterfall, really beautiful. All along the way, I found a pair of flip-flops on the side, so somebody had been swimming here previously. Enjoy yourself as you discover more of these hidden gems along this canyon in the Pinal Mountains. It's a pretty little pool that we just came to. It's got a little bit of fall colors in it, some leaves floating on the water. It's really quite pretty down in here, especially this time of year with the extra color that you get as you're hiking down through the canyon. I'll have Noah pan just a little bit to my left as you can see the other pools and the cascades coming through this section of the canyon.
There's 2 or 3 sections in the canyon that are quite marshy. This is one of those sections that's quite marshy, and in fact we found a turtle in here. Albeit it's a small turtle, it was probably only 1 or 2 inches long, but Noah noticed it down in the deep grass. And then there was another tortoise up the side canyon that we took a picture of as well.
So this is our destination today. We're done for the day. We've reached the end of the canyon where we can go. We don't have any technical equipment, and I don't want to swim today because it's the middle of November. Actually, it's the end of November. It's Thanksgiving. And so we're going to skip the swimming today and just enjoy the beauty and turn around and head back up the canyon. Enjoy yourself as you explore and discover the beauty in this canyon in the Pinal Mountains.
You really can't tell from this picture, but it's about a 15-20 foot drop down to that pool, and that's why you can see all of that technical equipment right there behind Noah. Not sure how old that equipment is, but you might want to bring your own rope in. Although we focused on the canyon floor for most of the hike, the ridge lines on this canyon have all kinds of great formations, pinnacles, and chimneys. Enjoy those as well.